Hey guys, it is Passion Week and we are continuing in our Lent devotional series. And today we're in Matthew chapter 22. And in Matthew 22, we see the Pharisees and the Sadducees begin to question Jesus. And they're not really looking for answers. They're trying to catch him in a trap. What they don't realize is they are following to a T what was foretold at the Exodus. In the book of Exodus, believe it's chapter 14, the Lord is giving the Israelites instructions for how they're supposed to bring the Passover lamb into their home. And for the next week, they are going to inspect it for blemish and spot. And in chapter 21, Jesus is coming humbly into Jerusalem on the donkey, and they're waving palm branches and laying them down, shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna." And that is symbolic of the Lamb entering into the home, into Jerusalem, the holy city. And this next week, this whole week, they are testing him. Each and every day, there's another accusation. There's another trap they're trying to lay for him. And today, they have multiple traps. They ask him about paying taxes to Caesar, marriage after the resurrection, and which was a funny question, by the way, because the Sadducees didn't even believe in the resurrection of the dead. So they're asking pointless questions. They're going in circles, and they can never get to an acceptable answer because they're asking the wrong question. They finally do ask the right question, though. They ask Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? And I love his response. Jesus says in verse 37, he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. We are triune beings created in the image of a triune God. And all of our heart, our soul, and our mind, our emotions, every part of our being is supposed to love the Lord our God. That's the first and greatest commandment. And then he says, the second one is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. On this, you can hang all the law and the prophets. And he's saying that there's a fulfillment in all of the law and in all of the prophetic utterances that he had sent ahead of himself coming, in the fact that loving God and loving people are the two most important commandments. You also have to love yourself, because if you hate yourself, you're not going to be able to love people very well. Sometimes you can get to the right answer with the wrong question. And I love that they asked the wrong question and got to the right answer for our benefit. So today I want you to think about loving God and loving people and serving both. That's the greatest commandment. That's what the answer that Jesus gave. And I think that's what we should take away from this testing period from today. So let's check back tomorrow as we continue on in Passion Week. But today, love God, love people, serve both. Be blessed, Springhouse.